You hit the gym on Monday, crush your back with heavy pull-ups, and limp out feeling completely destroyed. Most people use that intense physical pain as their ultimate metric of success. You wake up Tuesday feeling the ache. By Thursday, you're still wincing every time you reach for a top shelf. Because you're still sore, you wait until the following Monday to train that exact same muscle group again. But the pain you're chasing is actually a biological deception. That lingering soreness is just your body's inflammatory response cleaning up the mess you made. It is not an active signal that your body is constructing new muscle tissue. By waiting for every ounce of that inflammation to clear out before you train again, you are actively wasting 5 whole days where your muscles could have been growing. You do not build muscle at the gym, you break it there. The actual construction happens later, while sitting at your desk or sleeping, doing absolutely nothing.
Recent sports science data from McMaster University confirmed that muscle fibers do not even need to be torn to grow. Since cellular damage is not the primary driver of growth, we have to look closely at what actually forces the tissue to adapt. To see the real catalyst, we need to ignore your weekly schedule and zoom in on the microscopic chronological timeline of a single repetition. The exact moment of highest leverage happens during the lowering or eccentric phase of a movement. Think of the descent of a dip, or the downward half of a pull-up. Your muscles handle 40% more force on the way down than on the way up. Slow that descent to a 3-second minimum, and the fiber physically deforms under the weight, sensing mechanical tension to trigger a molecular signal called MTC1. That applied tension is what does the actual work. It fires the MTC1 signal, which instructs your body to start manufacturing new protein strands. Fast forward to the hours immediately following your workout. That initial MTC1 signal shifts an internal process called muscle protein synthesis into high gear. Muscle protein synthesis curves upward, peaking 24 hours after your session. But this requires precise raw materials. People underestimate food intake by 50%, coming up short on protein. Macrofactor tracks your food, learns your metabolism, and adjusts targets automatically to fix this exact blind spot. Having the right materials is only half the recovery equation. The absolute requirement at this 24-hour mark is the biological environment you create through sleep. A single bad night of rest deletes a massive 18% from muscle protein synthesis. Sleep 5 hours a night for a week, and testosterone drops 10 to 15%. The biological decline expected from aging 10 years, compressed into 1 week. If you skip the precise nutrition and fail to get at least 7 hours of sleep, your brain can fire that MTC1 signal all at once. Your body simply lacks the capacity to execute the growth. Now move the timeline forward to the 48-hour mark. This is where the biological landscape shifts one final time. This timeline shows the synthesis curve plummeting straight down from its previous peak. Right at 48 hours, the muscle building process drops completely back down to a flat resting baseline. The biological clock is completely unforgiving. Once that synthesis returns to baseline, your muscle is entirely done growing, regardless of how painful and sore it still feels. The window for actual tissue expansion is strictly capped at 2 days. Any rest days you take beyond this point are completely stagnant, non-productive time. Zooming back out to our lifter from earlier, it's now Wednesday. Exactly 48 hours have passed since their intense Monday session. Their back is still highly inflamed and sore to the touch, but deep inside the tissue, the internal construction process has definitively ceased. Because they plan to wait until next Monday to train again, those muscles will now sit there, entirely dormant, for 5 consecutive days. Hitting a muscle hard just once a week creates a compelling illusion of hard work, but mathematically, it minimizes the actual time your body spends growing. To truly force adaptation, you have to abandon the pursuit of pain. You have to start manipulating specific physiological inputs. Apply maximum mechanical tension by slowing the lowering phase of every rep down to a 3-second minimum. Provide the exact macronutrients your system demands, and secure a strict minimum of 7 hours of sleep. Once you do that, you need to load that muscle again around the 48-hour mark to continuously reopen the window of protein synthesis before it closes.
You do not build a muscle by hurting it. You grow by systematically loading the tissue, perfectly feeding it, and getting out of its way.